Hi and welcome to Spice and Pans. Today we'll be cooking Wat Tan Hor, or in English, rice noodles, otherwise known as hor fun, with egg gravy. So let's start cooking. We are proud to announce our collaboration with Pots and Pans Culinary Studio. Our local Chinese delight course features 10 of our dearest recipes for you to learn hands-on at Pots and Pans Culinary Studio. The experienced trainers here at Pots and Pans are prepped and ready to share with you the offline experience of our dishes. Join us in our exclusive local Chinese delight culinary course. Sign up with the link below or scan our QR code. See you there. Now we'll prepare the stock for our hor fun. Heat up a small stock pot. Add in a little bit of oil. Add in about 2 or 3 pieces of young ginger. This is a very easy and convenient way of doing stock. I'll be using 10 prawns later, so I have 10 prawns here. I'm going to fry them up a little bit to give extra flavor to my stock. Move them around a little bit. Using medium or medium-low heat, slowly fry them up until they are fragrant. We have to make sure that prawn heads are all red in color. Move them around. Do not worry about those that are sticking onto your stock pot. Later we will be straining the stock. And these are actually very good flavors. When the prawn heads are red, we'll add in water. Add in 800 milliliters of water. I'm also adding in 1 piece of chicken stock. Scrape the bottom up a little bit. Make sure you get all the flavors out. I can see that the color is already very nice. Now we need to salt this a little bit. Add in half a teaspoon of salt. And to balance up the taste, I'll add in half a teaspoon of sugar. Now we'll put the lid on and wait for this to come to a boil. I'll see you back in a while. When the stock starts to boil like this, you'll put the lid back on and turn it to low and simmer this for 20 minutes. I'll see you back in a while. The stock is almost ready. We'll do a light seasoning on our pork and then we'll put the dish together. I have with me over here 80 grams of lean pork cut into thin strips like this. Seasoning is very simple. A few dashes of pepper, half a tablespoon of light soy sauce, as well as half a tablespoon of corn flour. Massage them all together. And we just set this aside and check on our stock. 20 minutes is up, let's have a look. Wow, it smells really good. Now we'll turn this off and we'll proceed to put our dish together. Now we'll proceed to fry our hor fun first. Heat up your pan. I'm using high heat over here because I'm using an iron wok. If you're using a non-stick one, you can put it up at medium-high. Add in some oil, run it by the side. Add in 500 grams of hor fun, or those thicker types of rice noodles. Spread them up. This portion is good for 2 to 3. Now using the edge of your spatula, just spread them out. We want them to have as much contact as possible with our wok. We'll try to recreate the kind of wok hei or charred taste that we normally will have at all those zi char store. Don't move them around too much. We'll just pan fry one side for approximately a minute or 2 until they are a little bit yellowish before we flip it to the other side. If you can't get all those thicker type of hor fun, you can also use kway teow, which is basically made up of the same ingredients, just smaller in size. 1 to 2 minutes is up. Let's just flip this over. Right, we want to have a little bit of brownness like this. Okay, now we just move them around a little bit. And let this side have contact with the wok for approximately 20 seconds or so before we stir them up again. I'm still using high heat right now at this moment. About 20 seconds have passed. Now we just move this around. Right? I like all this a little bit of chard to create a little bit of wok hei that we will try to achieve at home. Now we add in 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce, as well as 2 tablespoons of dark soy sauce. Now mix them up well. Try to have every single strand of the kway teow or hor fun covered with this beautiful black sauce. When they are mixed up nicely like this, we'll remove them from the heat and put them on our serving plates. Now we'll prepare the gravy for the hor fun. Heat up your wok. Add in a suitable amount of oil. Add in 3 pieces of garlic chopped. Mix them around a little bit. We don't have to wait for this to brown. Once we can smell the fragrance, we'll add in our pork. Pour everything in. Spread them out. The pork, we have sliced them pretty thin, so they are very easy to cook. We just need to fry them until we don't see any redness. I spread them out a little bit. Flip whatever that is red and let them have contact with the hot wok. Now we're adding our prawns. I'm adding in 9 pieces of prawns. The weight after I deshell and devein them is 170 grams. With the shell on and the heads on is 270 grams. Put them all in, mix them around. I basically use the head from these prawns to make the stock. We just need to fry the prawns until they are red in color before we add in our stock and the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so this is about done. Now we add in our stock. Strain your stock in. I'm adding in also 90 grams of sliced fish cakes. We'll put the lid on and wait for this to come to a boil. Once the gravy has come to a boil, we'll add in our veg. Grab a bunch of your favorite greens. I'm using choy sum over here. Just add them in, stir them in a little bit before we thicken up this sauce or gravy. We'll thicken this by using cornstarch solution. Just pour a bit in first, stir them around a little bit. We'll thicken to the consistency that you want, but don't make it too thick because we'll be adding in eggs later. Bit by bit, we'll add it in. Right, something like this will be good. Okay, a little bit thick, and yet not too thick. Now we add in 2 beaten eggs, pour them on the sauce, turn off the heat, give this a light stir, and our sauce is ready. We will now pour the sauce over our noodles and it's time for our lunch. Now the dish is done, let's have a taste. Wow, smells really good. The fragrance from the egg, the gravy that we make. Let me try this. I love hor fun. Oh. The noodles cooked just right, a little bit chewy. The texture, I love it. The gravy, very flavorful. I think the seasoning is just on spot, not too saltish, and this is just right for me. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you like our video. Do click like on our video and do subscribe to our channel. And now it's your turn to cook. See you. Bye bye. Nice.